Hello everyone, welcome to episode 27 of Paleo Pines. There's been a lot of progress off camera, as you can see from this area that we've cleared out. Over here is our original farm. You might be able to just see the cabin there in the background. And the topic of discussion is also in the background, Clark Kent. You can see his spines there, right about 12 o'clock, right above my hair now. So Clark Kent's in the background, and he is still a happy friend. If I come into the journal, and we go into our pens, they're all unhappy at the moment just because I haven't cleaned the pen yet this morning, but Clark Kent has been a happy friend for ages, right? If we go into Athena's pen, look at Toothless. We only got Toothless recently. I think it might have been in the last episode, if not the episode before that. Happy helper. Straight away. It's only been a couple in-game days. I'm not sure how many exactly. But, you know, this is our second year. First month of our second year. We're only 11 days into the second year. And already Toothless is a happy helper. Whereas Clark Kent is not. We're just not getting Clark Kent over the line. And I suppose, why do we care about that? It's the fiber. It's this stuff right here. We don't have the means to clear this right now without a dino that can clear it. And that's why we tamed Clark Kent. That was the whole point of getting Clark Kent, is that we need to clear fiber from our farm. We've done all the logs. If you can maybe see in the background over here, we've done all the stone with Athena and Hades and stuff like that. We've cleared all the stone back here in this area, off camera. You know, you can see this big open space now. Big open space here. But we can't clear the third area, which is over in that direction, because we can't get rid of the fiber. So we're doing something wrong. If Toothless has become a happy helper very, very quickly in the pen that we already had, Clark Kent, although he's happy, all of his boxes are ticked. We're just not giving him enough. We're not getting him over the line. We're not meeting the threshold for helper. We're just keeping him happy and no more. So, as part of clearing out this area, I've made a new pen because we need quite a lot of space for these big dinos. So I know we go through the journal quite a lot in this series, but it is relevant. So, not a Stegosaurus, a Kentrosaurus. So here, 25 meters squared, and it's a herd. I think what's wrong with Clark Kent is that although he's a herd animal, it needs to be a herd of similar dinosaurs, like a Kentrosaurus. So the plan is, I suppose, long term, a little bit longer than this video, I think, is to get 2 more Kentrosaurus. This pen, actually it won't display here, but I did a quick test earlier on. I brought, oh my goodness, I brought Lucky over here, put her into this pen, and it's 147 meters squared, so it's just too small for 3 Ankylosaurus. If we wanted a third Ankylosaurus, for example, the Ankylosaurus are 50 meters squared. So if we had 3 by 50, that's 150. So we're 3 meters squared short for 3 of these guys. But because Clark Kent only needs 25 meters squared, they actually have way more room than they need. They have tons of space. You know, we only need 75 meters squared. So we nearly have double what our Kentrosaurus needs. And I think what I will do, again, a little bit longer term, is split that new enclosure over there. We'll say, where's the sun? Can we see the sun in this game? There's the... Jeez, that's a very big sun. Camera's spazzing out here for some reason. Okay, it doesn't like zooming in. Basically, if that's... time of day is it? Morning. So that's probably east. So that's the east wing of our farm, or our ranch. The pen in the east wing, I might split it down the middle, give half of it to the Kentrosaurus, the 3 Kentrosaurus, and then the other half, the other 100 meters squared approximately, or sorry, the other 75 meters squared approximately, we'll give to, maybe, I don't know, we'll give it to Apollo and his 2 buddies that we need to tame, because Apollo isn't too happy there by himself either. So just little developments. As I said in a previous episode, I'm really happy with this pen. I don't want to change it. It's tucked into this corner, nice and neat. It's lovely. It's got the trees. It's stunning. And, Toothless is already a happy helper, so it's working for the Styras as well. They're not too stressed about the place they're in. I'm not too stressed about it either, so why would we change it, you know? So, we're going to bring Kent over now. Well, actually, no, we're not. Not without telling him to follow me. Come on, bud. At the risk of making him unhappy, because he's going to be by himself. It's a change. It forces our hand, you know. I won't get lazy, basically. If I put Clark Kent in this pen, it will encourage me to go and get 2 more Kentrosaurus, you know, which there is a bit of work in that. I don't know if I have the right poppins. We don't have enough food right now. We kind of have our income under control. I just spent a lot of money on these seeds. And a few other bits. I got some more fences and stuff. So we had 1,400 shells, and after buying all that, we still have 550. So, you know, our money situation is under control, I think, to the point where we can afford to feed this big guy and his 2 new buddies. So we're going to move Clark Kent over here. He's not going to be happy because there's no Dreamstone, there's no food. But again, start as you mean to go on, you know? And yeah, I suppose a lot of progress off camera, as I said. It's very like the Minecraft series. I don't want to spend an hour on camera kind of just mumbling and bumbling through a conversation while you guys watch the most gameplay of all time, you know? So it has been a little bit grindy getting to this point. Not necessarily in a bad way, but it has been a little bit grindy. Because it's just been, you know, because the dinosaurs have stamina, right? So I've been working the dinos, not the animals, the dinos. I've been working the 2 Ankylosaurus and the 3 Styras, or the 2 Styras, basically all day, every day. And once they run out of stamina, sleep, start again. Work them all day, run out of stamina, sleep, start again. So it has been very tedious, at least in terms of like entertainment and viewership. I've enjoyed it. I found it actually quite relaxing. And, you know, there hasn't been any pressure on me to kind of perform on camera. I've just been playing this little game, you know, kind of mining away to my heart's content, you know, no hassle. So I have enjoyed it, and it's nice to be moving again. It's nice to have a little project here, because the quests that we have, they're not the worst, like, but, you know, bring tomatoes to Avery, bring spring onions to Pippin. You're like, yeah, okay, like, you know, no hassle. But they're not exactly, you know, entertaining or kind of these long-term projects. Whereas this is, you know, we now have a compass, we have a heading. I suppose that's a good little segue. Orla and I have had a bereavement recently. I'm not really ready to talk about it. It's why I haven't been uploading. I have been avoiding YouTube. I've kind of been avoiding everything, really, to be quite honest with you guys. I will talk about it. You know, I have an episode planned, or at least I've thought about it, how to approach the subject and like dealing with it properly and stuff. You know, so I'm not just like basically crying on camera. But I'm definitely not ready to talk about it, and Paleo Pines isn't the place either. I want to do it in a Minecraft video, or maybe in Tales of the Shire, because those have a lot more meaning to me. Paleo Pines is a great game. I really enjoy it. I have struggled with it a little bit, but whenever I come back to Paleo Pines, I enjoy it. It's like the gym. It's like, the thought of going to the gym, can't stand it. Once I'm in the gym, yeah, sure, we're here, like, you know, this is great. I actually enjoy working out. It's just getting to the gym. And Paleo Pines is like that for me. It's not the game's fault, it's just the way I am with it. It's just my relationship with Paleo Pines. Once I'm playing, it's a great time. But Tales of the Shire has great meaning to me because Lord of the Rings is a huge part of my life. I find great spiritual value in Lord of the Rings. When I'm having a bad day, for example, I might put on the Ride of the Rohirrim, you know? King Theoden goes down the ranks, you know, ride now, and he turns to one of his lieutenants or captains, and, go forth and fear no darkness. I find a lot of strength and encouragement in those words. Even though it's just a film based in a fantasy world, the emotions that I can harvest from Lord of the Rings are real, So for something like this bereavement that I talked about or briefly mentioned, I need that kind of support while I talk about it. I need King Theoden on my shoulder, And similarly with Minecraft, like, I haven't spoken about it specifically. I've touched on it before, how much Minecraft means to me, and I have gotten emotional in some of my other videos. Whether you guys picked up on it or not, I'm not sure, but Minecraft does have a very big place in my heart and my past. And I want to talk about that too at some stage. The reasons why and where that emotion comes from. So I won't talk about the... Oh, we're out of stamina. I wonder, is there a way to increase Freyak's stamina, actually? I know you can eat, so, we have stew here in our inventory. I want to use it to try move this tree again. Because it didn't work the first time, and I'm obviously doing something wrong. But I do want to move this tree. But I wonder, is there a way to increase Freyak from, 50 to 100 stamina, for example, like the Dinos when they level up? I'm not sure. So anyway, back on topic with Paleo Pines. I have been kind of avoiding YouTube. Arla and I have a lot going on. Just life in general. Nothing for you guys to worry about. I know you if you are watching this video, you're not here to listen about my life and my woes. You're here to get something out of the videos, whether it's this kind of relaxing vibe that I'm going for, or it's entertainment, or a bit of a laugh, or maybe you're here to see what Paleo Pines is like if you're thinking about buying it. Whatever the reason is, you're probably not here to listen to me talk about what's going on in my life specifically. Maybe one day, when I'm as big as Mr. Beast or Jacksepticeye, I'll have fans who care about my day-to-day, but I'm not quite there yet, Nonetheless, though, we do have a lot going on in our lives. We've had this bereavement, so YouTube has taken a hit on the head, and Paleo Pines is kind of a free space for me to get back into it. It's kind of a free shop, and yeah, as I said, we kind of have we have our heading now, and that's actually why I started talking about the bereavement in the first place. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit all over the place. I suppose the first few days after the bereavement, Orla and I were grieving, and we just needed a distraction, really, more than anything. And we decided to watch Pirates of the Caribbean. And the Jack's compass in Dead Man's Chest, Jack doesn't have a heading. His compass just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. He doesn't know what he wants. His compass has no direction. And that has been Paleo Pines a little bit for the past few episodes, where it's just been make money, feed dinos, make money, feed dinos, make money, feed dinos. Try level up Clark Kent, try level up the Ankylosaurus, Fury and Sherman. It hasn't been that driven, if you know what I'm saying. Whereas now it is. I have a goal. Get new Kentrosaurus, get new... Sorry, Apollo. Should know this, but I just can't remember. The Coleophysis, if that's how you pronounce it. We need to get some buddies for Apollo. I now have goals in this game, outside of just, making money and progressing the story. So, yeah, it's great to have that, and I think it'll be easier to record Paleo Pines with that in mind. So yeah, I suppose that's the tip of the iceberg. On that conversation, I won't labour on it too much longer, or at all. As you know from previous episodes, this channel is very much for me as much as it is for you guys. and this mentality of just do something. So, like, I've spoken about it before as well, so I don't want to go over ground we've already covered, but, you know, like, working out, if I don't do a full workout because I'm feeling a bit down, or, you know, I've had a bad day in work or something like that, rather than doing nothing, I'll do a quarter of my workout, or I'll do half my workout. You know, it's better to do something than to do nothing. Oh, I forgot that I'm out of stamina. Is it better to sleep to harvest these? Because we're just going to have to water everything again. Have we any other jobs? So Toothless is a helper. Yeah, this just happened, by the way. 2 dinos need attention and 3 crops are ready to harvest. Look at this. 0 residents. I've never noticed that before. I wonder, is that new, or have I just been ignorant to it? But that's cool. I wonder what that's about. 2 dinos need attention. So, oh yeah, Clark Kent, of course. Sorry, Clark. And who's the second? Probably Lucky, is it? Or poor Apollo, of course. Poor Apollo. God love him. Of course. Right, so we're just gonna hammer through here. You know what? We'll eat this soup. We'll try to get 2 birds with 1 stone. We will... No, we didn't get it. So see the top right under my name. See where it says Freyok at the very top of the screen? There's a little symbol to the right of my name. That's a tomato. I'm not sure what that means, but what we actually need is this symbol. Dig up fully grown trees, extra muscle. So when I come out of this menu, you'll see up here, just beside my name, there's a little tomato. So this increased crop harvest, which we'll take. That's great. But what I really wanted was the extra muscle. So, and it didn't increase our stamina at all. So I don't really know the point of the food in this game, if that's the case. Like, you know, you should be able to eat to increase your stamina to continue working. Rather than just the boosts, you know, like harvesting more crops is great and all, but like, yeah, look, whatever. Apollo, this poor lad. We'll say hello to him, maybe cheer him up. We'll sing him a little song, maybe. Apollo is happy, yeah. So because Apollo's needs aren't really being met, his mood is obviously lower than it should be, and he needs a little bit of extra care as a result of that, you know. We'll just keep an eye on him. We'll mind him. The real life Apollo, our Belgian Malinois, he's actually like that at the moment as well. He's coming up on a year. He probably is a year old now. We got him in March, so he's probably turned 1. But he just loves being outside. He's just so energetic, and he just loves being outside. And it's January in Ireland, so when it's not wet, it's cold, and when it's not cold, it's wet, and sometimes both, you know. So it's really hard to be outside with Apollo all the time, playing with him. For those reasons, you know, you're out in the pouring rain essentially. Hey, big man, you doing okay now? Clark Kent needs attention. What's wrong, big man? Clark Kent's pen. What's wrong, son? He's got everything he needs. He's just lonely. That's, I think, what's wrong here. God love him. I'm sorry, buddy. We'll get on this as soon as we can. All right. We'll sing you a song. Maybe that'll cheer you up. If not, we can maybe try give him a pop-in, or maybe some crunchy food or something that he likes. I think it's crunchy. Now, buddy, there you go. Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on Apollo and Clark Kent. But yeah, as I was saying, like, Apollo is just, like, he's essentially still a puppy, and he has so much energy. He's just outside all the time. He just wants to be outside. When he's indoors, he's crying at the door to be let out. But because he's outside by himself, you know, he comes looking for you. So he'll come across the yard and, like, sit in front of our door, and, like, we have a glass door so we can see him, and the cats can see him. And he's just like pawing at the door for someone to come and play with him. So the Paleo Pines Apollo reflects the real life Apollo quite well. I've just turned my head to look out the window in my office, and I can see him sitting on our deck and just looking for a pal. He's quite fond of chasing the birds. I put out seeds. You know, it's, as I said, it's winter here in Ireland at the moment for our friends in the southern hemisphere. and you know, the birdies need a little bit of help sometimes, so I put out bird seed, and Apollo loves that then, you know, because he has something to chase. And the crows, you know, the crows just make fun of him. Like, they know exactly what they're doing. They'll sit until the last minute, wait till Apollo's just about to catch them, and then they'll fly away. And it it drives the poor dog mental, but you know, it's a bit of entertainment for him as well. Hopefully in the summer months, when the weather's a bit better, we'll have barbecues, and you know, I'll be able to go outside with him a little bit more and play with him and stuff like that. Because it's a shame. He is, you know, you have to remember he's essentially a toddler right now. You know, he's desperate for a friend, and he's desperate to play, like any toddler, you know. So yeah, hopefully the good weather will come soon. And 4, yeah. Pass, good boy, Hunter. Get the shovel out here. Lads, please give me some space. Unbelievable. This is also like real life. You can't move when you go over across the yard. When you go in, all the dogs come to greet you, and there's just dogs everywhere, and you can barely get in the door for them. So, let me just concentrate. I'm still not over this tin whistle thing, or the flute I think it's called, isn't it, in this game? I still have to concentrate when I'm doing it. And if I talk while I'm doing it, I have to look at my fingers on the keyboard. I will get there one day, lads. Don't you worry. One day I'll be able to talk, play the game, and not look at the keyboard all at the same time. No easy feat. So I suppose just an announcement, in a ways, to try and grow the channel, to expand. Sorry, did I not get that right? What's wrong, bud? What am I doing wrong? It's a medium, isn't it? 2, 3, 4, 3, 3, 4. There we go. Don't know what I did wrong there. Yeah, so kind of a minor announcement. In an attempt to grow the channel, I'm gonna start like a sleep series, or kind of a chill series. So I try, I guess, learn from my own YouTube experiences what people might want. So recently, like before Christmas, just before Christmas, and then slightly after Christmas, Orla and I have been watching YouTube, as you do. But the YouTube we watch isn't the YouTube that I make, you know? So like, Orla and I watched a Let's Play of The Witcher 3. Orla's never played The Witcher 3, I have, so I wanted to show her the story. It's like one of my favourite games. So she and I watched a playthrough of this, and like there's no voiceover, there's no commentary. It's just a person playing The Witcher 3. And that isn't what I do, you know? So this video has like millions of views. And I'm like, well, there's a strategy that works. You know, I often talk about making the video entertaining. I want to try have like interesting topics to talk about. Here's this person making just a simple gameplay video with absolutely no commentary at all. It's just something that people are looking for. They want a Let's Play of The Witcher 3. And they don't care who does it. There doesn't need to be commentary, they just want to watch gameplay. So there's a market there, is what I'm trying to say. There's a market there, there's a demand there for these type of videos. So in an attempt to expand the channel, try something new, and to give myself a little bit of a break, I am going to do a kind of sleep series where I don't do any commentary, it is just gameplay, and it's for the more tedious things in the channel. So like this, clearing out this area, I'll just record myself doing that with no commentary. If you want to watch it, you know, as you're going to sleep, yeah, if that works for you, man, absolutely, here's a video for you, you know. In Minecraft, same thing. We've big plans for Minecraft, which involves a lot of terraforming. I'm not going to record all that terraforming, obviously. So like, that's just like off-camera time that I could be utilizing, you know. The way I think about it is, I believe it was Elvis Presley's producer or maybe his dad. I can't remember. I think it was his producer. Elvis Presley's producer sold pro Elvis Presley merch so that fans of Elvis Presley would buy the merch, but he also sold anti Elvis Presley merch so that people who hated Elvis Presley would buy, you know, I hate Elvis Presley badges, for example, right? So that meant Elvis Presley's producer was getting sales on both sides of the coin. And that's essentially what I'm trying to do. That's the way I'm thinking about this. I can't remember who I've spoken to and who I haven't spoken to. I have a feeling I haven't spoken to the lads here to keep them happy. Happy lads, yeah, perfect. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. If you're looking for commentary videos, you know, if you're looking for gameplay videos where we build a farm, it's a kind of slow burning candle, you know, the Minecraft Forever World, Paleo Pines. Here's a video for you. If you're more interested in the chill videos where there's no commentary and it's just something to put you to sleep, a little bit of background noise while you clean your house, here's something for you. It's expanding my reach to different markets, if you think of it in like in terms of economics. And it means I'm getting use out of my time. I'm just walking around here aimlessly, lads. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm really sorry. I'm not concentrating at all. My head is up my arse a little bit. But I said I would record today regardless of that, you know. So apologies if I'm wandering around here aimlessly, as I have done in the past. We're going to take these spring onions to Pippin, because that's one of our quests. Here we are. So this is also one for Pippin. 16 chilies, 6 garlic, 20 cranberries. That's a big enough task, I think. And we have to bring them to Pippin. But we're going to do this one here, just to tick something off today. We'll see how we are for time. We might go to the Aracata Canyon entrance, which I think is down here somewhere. And then we'll call it a day, you know, just to say we've achieved something. We've actually done quite a lot today. But, you know, let's tick something off our list as well. And with that digression, I have forgotten my original point. Come to me, weed. Sorry, folks. This is not the most professional, I suppose, but it's just where my head is at. We actually have the 20 cranberries. I don't think we've chilies. I don't think we've ever found chilies before. Chilies. That's saffron. I know that's saffron. That's beetroot, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, so chilies, we're going to have to do a bit of investigation on the chili front. I'd imagine it's kind of gated by a quest where we do something for Granny and then she gives us the recipe for chili seeds. I'm guessing, you know. So we'll just take it as we go. And while we're in town, we might buy some herbivore food as well. These guys are cool. I really like their colour. It's like a lovely teal, a really soft teal colour. It's unusual that you get 3 of the same kind here as well, isn't it? I wonder, is it like a specific day in the calendar? Are you guys the same? You guys are more blue. You're definitely not teal compared to him. And you're the same as well. Yeah, I like that colour. It's probably a common skin, to be fair. Like, we don't really need another Styra, but the teal is nice. I quite like that. I'm interested in these little guys as well. As I was clearing out the farm, you know, I was kind of visualizing where I would put pens, and there's one corner that's kind of just tucked away. It is quite a small pen, and I'm like, ugh, that's not exactly useful. You know, it's tiny, but I think for little dinos like those guys, I think we could make the most of that space. 20 potatoes, yeah, sure, why not, lads? I think we've loads of potatoes back home. Is there any chilies here? I see there's pears. That's new, I think. We haven't seen those before. How much can I get? I don't know if you can hear that. The software might actually be cutting out the background noise. Hopefully it's doing its job anyway. Apollo is actually at my front door scraping the door, so my whole setup just shook. I have dual monitors on, you know, like desk arms to keep them off the desk, and like my two monitors shook, my microphone just shook. The walls nearly shook, I'd say. 'Cause he's only a year old, but he's a big dog. The poor lad's at the front door looking for me to go playing with him. Oh, sorry, it's not a Gammy. It's Pippin. Up the hill. Are you Avery?
Aha.
You are. Okay, we might get some tomatoes for Avery, so since he's here. Chat. Yep, got some. Here you go. Yeah, I'd rather not eat them so I can use them for dinos. Cheers. I like that. I like that it gave us the option without kind of negative consequences. You know, some games punish you for like choosing the bad dialogue option. You know, like, oh, I won't eat your food right now, and then it has like a negative impact on the relationship. Like, I'm glad I was able to choose that there without a consequence, because like I don't need to eat a poppin'. You know, like I'd rather give it to a dino. So I'm glad we got to keep that option there. We're just gonna grab these tomatoes very quickly because Avery's there waiting for us. We'll actually get more done in this episode than I was intending. Isn't that fantastic? We'll bring 20 just in case. I'm pretty sure it's 10, but we can sell the other. We can sell the other 10 then. 3 turnips. Yeah, that's gonna. You know, like I was saying with the chilies, we don't have access to turnips right now, so that's gated by another quest, and I'm assuming it's the same for the chilies. It's probably gated by another thing. Bring 10 tomatoes to Avery. Right. We'll do that right now, and then we'll make our way over to the canyon. I forget the name of it. And speaking of forgetting, I really can't remember the point I was making before I went off on a tangent, so apologies for that. If you guys know what I'm talking about, throw it into the comments, and you know, I'll reply in the comments then with whatever I was talking about, because I really can't remember. Great. These should put a pep in our step. Great. Ha ha ha! Yurt. What a fortunate event. I couldn't have planned that, lads. I couldn't have planned that. While we're here, will we sell these to Corlin? Max that out. 80 quid. Bang. Over the bar. I'll hold on to these in case I want to do some cooking. And we've already been through here. Yeah, so nothing new. Cool. Alright, geez, we're cooking with diesel now, lads. We're getting loads done. I think I'm gonna plant the chilies first before heading over to the canyon, if that's okay. If you're still here at the end of this episode. Because, you know, let them grow while we do something else. Jump in here very, very quickly. I think we already have the earth tilled for us, so it's all coming together. Couldn't have planned this, lads. It was something to do with the Sleep series, I believe. I was talking about Elvis and all that. But yeah, that's the gist of it anyway. Expanding my horizons to reach a wider audience. Oh, get our journal out. Chili seeds. Now hopefully the strawberries here are regenerative. So, you know, you can see the crop here is grown and then the strawberries come back every couple of days. I'm hoping the chilies are the same, where we'll just keep our chili bushes, or our chili plant, and then every couple of days the chilies will come back for us. That would be incredibly useful for us, because you know, we don't have access to chilies right now. We can't buy them. We can't buy more seeds right now. So that's great. I hope that's the case. It might actually tell us in the journal. Do you know that? Probably in here. Chilies. There you go. There you go. Look, so days to mature, 10 days, and you can harvest them 6 times before they break. So I think we got 10 seeds, so we're getting at least 60 chilies, which is brilliant. I'm sure we'll get more. You know, you generally, like the carrots and the onions and stuff, for 1 seed you might get like 3 carrots. So we'll get at least 60 chilies. And if we look at the calendar, the 12th, so we'll actually hit summer before we can harvest them, or Durassos. I'm calling that summer, you know. So by the 1st of summer, 1st of Durassos, we'll be able to harvest chilies. And this is a special day. If you remember from last year, a rare dino appeared. It was like an albino Ceratosaurus, I think. So we'll try get on that as well this year. We're a bit better equipped for dealing with something like that now. Yeah, so let's go to the Ariacoda Canyon, and we'll see what the story is. So, map, we're heading the right way. Hopefully I don't need a specific dino to like break through rocks or something, but we'll have a look-see. These are very pretty. I'd imagine these are common skins, you know, but the pink is actually a lovely colour. For some reason it reminds me of Astrid. It's my little cat. That's her colour. For some reason I look at this little Triceratops, if that's what it is. I'm assuming it is. And it reminds me of Astrid. I'm not sure why. I think the pillars are back here, aren't they? Yeah, look at the pillars just over just where it says Lucky at the top of the screen. You can see the pillar. I think that's where we need to get to. So we're still cut off by fiber, which just reiterates my point from the start of the video, is we need to get Clark Kent up to being a happy friend. So I think that'll be our mission for the next episode in Paleo Pines. We're kind of out of time now. We're coming up on 37 minutes. Common skin and Ankylosaurus here as well, so nothing to panic about. Yeah, I think that's our agenda for the next meeting. The next time we're talking here in this series in Paleo Pines is we're going to try tame some Kentrosaurus, and we will try tame some friends for Apollo as well, because his pen is far too small, and he is a pack animal, I believe, a pack dino, herd dino, so it's even worse. He needs, you know, he needs his buddies to look after him. So we'll get on that in the next episode. What I'll do is I will do some preparation off camera. So if we need crunchy poppins or spicy poppins or whatever, I'll get that sorted before episode 28, so that when we are, you know, together again, it'll be go go go. You know, there won't be any faffing around. We'll get straight into it, straight into the tames, get them home, get them into their pens, and then we'll see what can be done then afterwards. So I've said see you later to Lucky. Lucky's back in her pen, nice and happy. Our lads here are happy. Our lads here are happy. Apollo and Clark Kent need a little bit of loving, but they're okay. And yeah, I think I'll say see you later to you as well. Thanks for tuning in, lads. This has been hard. It's been hard to just go back to normal, I guess, because my life isn't normal anymore. But you know, we have to continue onward, as King Theoden said, "Forth and fear no darkness." So I'll speak to you soon. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and yeah, until next time, thanks very much for watching.